All right, good morning. The Committee on Parole is convening. We're at Caddo Correctional Center. And I see there's an officer in the room. Sir, could we get you to introduce yourself for the record?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Lieutenant Parker Crockett.
Lieutenant Crockett, thank you so much for accommodating us this morning.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
and you have somebody else?
Yes, ma'am.
Deputy Davis in classification.
All right, thank you so much for being here. Mr. Tolliver,
Yes, ma'am.
would you introduce yourself, sir? Tell us your name and DOC number.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Patrick Tolliver, DOC number 329181. Good morning.
Morning. And you see on your screen, we have your sister, Miss Singer, who is here, and she wants to say a few words, and we'll ask her to do so in just a moment.
Yes,
We're here for a revocation decision this morning. Do you have any paperwork there with you?
No. Yes, ma'am. I have this parole revocation questionnaire.
Sorry, is that your signature down at the bottom of that page?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
All right, so based on that form, it was determined you're not eligible for appointed counsel today. So are you ready to proceed without a lawyer?
Yes, ma'am, I am. Thank you.
So let me just read the allegations against you, and then you'll enter a plea of guilty or not guilty, and then we'll talk about it.
Yes, ma'am.
You're accused of violating condition number 2. You failed to report to your parole officer and submit a monthly supervision report as instructed since your release on December 17, 2024. How do you plead to that violation?
Guilty.
And then there's condition number 3. You were not living at your listed residence, 1852 Laurel Street in Shreveport, which was stated on your diminution of sentence, which you signed December 17, 2024. A warrant was issued April 7, 2025, and you were arrested July 11, 2025 in Atlanta, Georgia, and extradited back to Louisiana on July 31st. That's when you were booked into the Caddo Correctional Center. So how do you plead violating condition number 3?
I plead guilty.
All right. So what's your statement?
My statement is prior to, I was at Camp Beauregard, and prior to me being released, I was in communication with my sister and my aunt. And I was sending money down there. My aunt's husband had passed. He died on this job with a heart attack. And so she had muscular cirrhosis, and she was unable to take care of herself. And so once I got released, my little sister, she was like, I think you need to come check on Aunt Val. So I made a decision, and I'm wrong for that, and I apologize for leaving without getting consent from my parole officer. But when I got there, I took her to the hospital and discovered she had stage 4 liver cancer, jaundice, and she gave me power of attorney over all her affairs. I funeralized her on, she passed May the 6th. I made arrangements on the 10th with the funeral home. The 16th of May, I funeralized her and packed her apartment up and was heading back to Louisiana, and someone reared the U-Haul. And so we called the police, and that's how I got apprehended, but
Right.
I had actually, it was my turn to step up for my family. And she was 5 years older than me. We were raised up like sisters and brothers. And I mean, I had to carry her. I had to feed her. All her medical decisions. I took care of all of that. I even preached the funeral. I have it's posted on YouTube under Valerie Henry. If anyone cares to view it, that's the only evidence other than my sister's being a character witness for me. That's the only evidence I have. It's the funeral. I posted the funeral on YouTube. Yes.
Okay, we'll hear from your sister now. Miss Singer, what would you like us to know? You're still on mute.
Okay, hello, can you hear me?
Ma'am.
Yes, he's telling the truth. I like he said, we was going through a lot last year, and when my uncle died, my aunt, she wasn't able to really work and stuff like that, and I was pregnant. I ended up getting pregnant in March and was working and was going through a lot, so I couldn't like able to do too much. And so therefore, you know, I was in communication with my brother. He would call me from jail and stuff. And I was crying like I need help, you know, no one's really here to help me. Aunt, she's 81, 82 years old, and she wasn't really able to do too much. So I'm like, it's just me, and I can't carry all this load, you know, by myself because I had a boyfriend. He wasn't helping out much. And so I'm like, I really need someone, Patrick, you know. And so, and that's how he ended up in Georgia.
Okay. So it's not that I believe you're not being truthful today, Mr. Tolliver. What strikes me is why didn't you communicate with your parole officer?
You know, I have a bad record, you know, with just, I used drugs for years, you know, and I haven't done right by that parole office. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I know you
And
haven't. You have been revoked 9 times at
yeah,
least.
and yes, that's correct. And you know, it's not the fact that they would not have done the right thing. I just believe, I just knew I haven't never did the right thing. And I didn't think that I would even get even get a chance with the parole office. You know, I'm just being honest with you. I used crack all my life, and I'm sober now. When I was arrested, I don't use drugs no more. You know, and so it would probably have been better than what I thought. But me looking at my past and how difficult I have been for them, you know, it was like, well, no, they ain't gonna do nothing for me. That's what we're going through my head, you know, and it probably would have been different.
All right. So what is your level of education?
I have a GED. Yes, ma'am.
That's it?
Yes, ma'am.
How-
Ma'am, I went to American College for security, and I have some seminary from a couple of extensions. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm sorry for the loss of your aunt.
Yes, ma'am.
But I can't excuse the fact that you really absconded. I get it that the address you gave on your good time certificate was really uninhabitable. That was in your preliminary hearing and was verified by your officer, but not communicating based on your history. You're a 14th felony offender, 14. And you've acknowledged that. But you know the rules, and it's not our fault that you had a bad record with your parole officer and you've been revoked 9 times. You should have communicated with your parole officer, and I find you pled guilty to both allegations, and I find that you violated both rule number 3 and condition number 2 and condition number 3. So I'm ready to cast my vote. Do y'all have any questions? All right, Mr. Tolliver, as I said, I find you violating condition number 2 and condition number 3. My vote today is to revoke your parole. Mr. Byron
I concur.
and Mr. Freeman.
I concur.
Today, Mr. Tolliver, your parole is being revoked. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all.
Now, I'm going to sign off from Caddo at 11:42. Thanks so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye, Patrick. Love you.